For the most part, Fortnite's Chapter 2 has been awesome. The new map, updated graphics, fishing, and boats have all been welcomed additions to the game, but the honeymoon phase is pretty much over. Since Chapter 2's release, Epic Games has done almost nothing to update the game, and the few updates that we've gotten so far changed very little. Fortnitemares was a lot of fun, and we've gotten a ton of great new skins, but as far as making any changes to the game's current competitive landscape or the map itself, Epic has pretty much been silent. And while we do enjoy Chapter 2, it's far from perfect, so on today's episode of The Countdown, we're going to have a bit of a venting session while we cover 5 problems that Fortnite needs to address. Number 5. No patch notes. In the world of today's video games, patches are a routine thing. Developers are constantly updating their games to improve bugs, glitches, and simply make the game work better as a whole. Normally with these patches, patch notes would be released, describing to players what exactly was changed and sometimes even why the change was made. For some reason though, Epic Games has decided not to release patch notes for any of their Chapter 2 updates. The last time Epic released public patch notes was back on September 11th when Season 10 was still taking place. This is definitely unusual as patch notes are a pretty routine thing that are always released with new patches. Epic has still been updating the game, and even though these updates have been small, it's a bit shady that they haven't been releasing any patch notes. Are the updates so small that Epic doesn't feel like they need to explain what they're updating? Or are they trying to hide something? At the end of the day, Epic Games isn't being entirely transparent with their fanbase, which is rightfully making some fans upset. Number 4. No love for creative mode. Fortnite Creative Mode launched back in December of 2018, and it gave Fortnite players the opportunity to come together to make some great maps and game modes to share with the rest of the community. Creative Mode turned into an entire subsection of the Fortnite fanbase and proved to be a really cool new feature introduced into the game. Unfortunately though, Epic has pretty much left Creative Mode untouched since Chapter 2 launched. While the new map was able to give Battle Royale a breath of fresh air, there really hasn't been a significant Creative Mode update in quite some time. Of course, the whole point of Creative Mode is for players to create their own content, but that doesn't mean Epic can't update the tools they can use and listen to the community's feedback. Sure, they updated the Playground Hub highlighting new user content each week, but the mode itself has pretty much remained exactly the same. Creative Mode players might not have the same numbers as Battle Royale, but Epic shouldn't just forget about this great mode and let it collect dust. Number 3. No mobility, only boats. One of the biggest issues that players have had with Chapter 2 so far is the new map's lack of mobility. Overall, we like the new map, but it's significantly larger than the previous one, and the only way to travel outside of walking is by swimming or by boat. This is pretty problematic, and walking from point A to point B can take up half of the match at times. Either that, or you're forced to head towards a river and grab a boat or start swimming. We do enjoy Chapter 2's swimming mechanics, and the boats are a great vehicle, but why are Epic forcing us to travel using a body of water if we simply just want to move a bit faster? I mean, there's so many possibilities when it comes to what vehicles Epic could add to the game, like those awesome looking Jeeps outside of the Ego staging post, or one of the many cars that can be located throughout the game's new map. There's even a ton of streets throughout the game, but not a single working land vehicle that can ride on those streets. It doesn't make any sense. It's gotten so bad that players are literally riding boats on land because it's faster than walking. I mean, come on. Number 2. Too many bots. Epic introduced bots into Fortnite with Chapter 2, and their reasoning behind it made some sense. The bots are meant to give newer players a better chance at getting into the game and scoring a few kills, encouraging them to keep playing. However, there's just too many of these bots, and they're bad. Like, really bad. Oftentimes, bots play so badly that it's about 100 times worse than someone who just started the game. They'll jump up and down while getting shot at, build random structures that don't really accomplish anything, and their aim is so bad that it makes stormtroopers look like sharpshooters. If these bots are basically a free kill, they're not really doing anything to help players get better at the game. They're just kinda there so players feel good, I guess. As soon as these new players face a real player, they won't be any better than when they first started, because the only thing they faced is a bunch of bots running around in circles. Right now the bots are pretty pointless and they need to be fixed. Number 1. Forced crossplay. In this day and age, crossplay is a beautiful thing. Most of the time. Is it great that someone with an Xbox can play Fortnite with their friend who has a PS4? Absolutely, but crossplay becomes a problem when it's forced, and players from different platforms have no choice but to play with one another. It's a widely accepted fact that playing Fortnite with a mouse and keyboard allows you to aim more accurately, as a mouse is much more responsive than the joysticks on a controller. Not only that, but a mouse is much more accurate than attempting to control your character's aim while playing on a smartphone and using a touchscreen. This gives PC players a much greater advantage in the game, and they really should only be playing with with other PC players. It becomes insanely frustrating when you get killed again and again and again by PC players, and we'd all have less excuses to make if we had the option to play with players on the same platform. There are games out there, like the new Modern Warfare, that have crossplay but also give players the option to turn it off. If Activision can do it, then why can't you, Epic? Well, that's our list of the problems that Fortnite needs to address. Thanks for listening to me complain for the past few minutes, and don't forget to subscribe to The Countdown, and while you're at it, drop a comment and leave us a like. And as always, thanks for watching.